Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? How are you today? Hello, Acid. Hello. There's that. Dian, Tito, Joe Gold. Hey, what's up, Luke? California. Ready Relief. Natalia. Hello, Kevin. Awesome morning. Hola, Alex. Luke made Luke made some money on that drop. I bet he did. Hello, Shocky. Hello, Michelle. Carlita. Hey, Chen. How you doing? Been a while. Yeah, welcome back, brother. Hello, Sven. Welcome back, Sven. You have been away for some weeks, right? Well, not sure if you have been away. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Rompiste. I did. Hello, Dennis, Lilia. Hola, Roberto. Hui, Declan, Global Hot, Bits and Pieces. How are you guys? So, first, first, hello, Ryan. Full disclosure, I'm not prepared at all. I'm not prepared at all for this session. Hello, Vanessa and Randall. Full disclosure, I'm not prepared at all. I was busy with this trade, and for being honest, after I closed my position, I had to go out. I had to go out. This is not only my biggest trade of the year. Uh, I need to actually go check, but I think this is. I mean, if this is not like my biggest trade ever, probably it's like top three. I kind of remember like a four no a 500 something like a few weeks ago, and yesterday was a monster trade. Let's talk about yesterday if you want to. But today was crazy. Today was crazy because it was a test for my patience. It was a test for my preparation. It was a test for my key levels. It was a test for my observation skills, and it was a test for my patience looking at the chart and not to my PNL, not to my PNL. So yeah, I want to talk about that. If you don't mind, for being honest, I don't have any other chart, just this, and I didn't want to skip today's session because well, yesterday I was in the middle of a trade, so we didn't have any review. And today, again, I'm sorry, guys. I when I'm done trading, that's when I start, like preparing my chart and looking at the other chart, refining my key levels, looking at the opportunities, like very obvious opportunities on the break and retest, then not so obvious opportunities based on key levels. But today, I didn't have time. I didn't have time. Just as I said, I was high on emotions. I decided to step away. I decided to go out, touch some grass, take some sun. I was talking to my dog. I was talking to my dog. I was explaining her. I was explaining Maya how to trade and uh, uh, how well you can feel when you stick to one system and you do the right things. But I mean, anyways, Maya, she didn't get a word. So she was just barking because she needed more treats. But okay, so what happened today? Thank you very much for your congratulations. Thank you very much. I really take them as personal because I know you guys are here. Um, I know you guys are here every day looking for different trading ideas. Like bouncing with me your trade entries and how you manage your trades. And yeah, so guys, for real, I mean, this daily exercise, it's so valuable, not only for you but also for me, because you are pushing me to be consistent, to be persistent, to be prepared, and to do the right things all the time to show you, right? So yeah. Vanessa, did you scale on this trade? No, 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 no. I'm taking, I'm locking profits all the way down, all the way down. Actually, we have been talk about this concept of abscess, always be selling into strength. Carlita, if you help me typing that on the chat, abscess, always be selling into strength. Actually, yesterday we had a perfect example of why you sell in the pushes and not in the retest, right? So I'm gonna take a minute after explaining today, but yeah, I mean that that's something that I do. I start taking profits on my key levels. For example, right here, let me explain you what I did here. So first, my entry. I'm gonna talk about the different opportunities from today, but let me explain first my entry. All right. So we gap down. We gap down on. Nah, I'm sorry. No, we didn't gap down. We opened today. We opened today, and the first hour, market was just pushing higher and higher and higher and higher. And guys, you know, I mean, I can identify these setups. I really can. I mean, this is something that I teach. That I show here every day. The break and retest of high of the day, the break and retest of order blocks, the break and retest of half numbers, round numbers. This is something that I understand. This is something that I can take, but my setup, the one setup that I understand deeply, the one setup that I know the risk, the one setup that I accept the risk amount and the risk percentage if it fails, the one setup that I understand how far it can go, the one setup that deserves my time, my mental capital, my money, my emotions, my everything, is the break retest boom. Neto, why you are explaining this? Well, because you need to find out what your break retest boom is for you. I mean, the break retest boom is my 100% setup. All right, I trusted 100%. I trusted 100%. I know it so deep on how my ticker moves, how my stop loss should be positioned, how I should be taking profit, how liquidity works on my chart. So if I already know the win rate of this setup, if I already know the potential risk and rewards of my setup when it works, if I already know how far it can go and how well it reacts to key levels, why I will waste my time, my money, my mental capital on something different, on something that doesn't have the same results that I back tested and I forward tested, and I have the experience and the data from my journal saying this is your setup. This is the one that fits your personality. This is the one that you can execute well. This is the one that you can manage without hesitation. This is the one that you can identify day in and day out. So why I'm showing you daily these kind of trades? I mean, not 600%, right? Not 600%. Why I am showing you daily, or like 90% of the days, green days? Because I do the same thing. Because I execute my same system day in and day out. That's why you don't see me taking calls, because I mean, I know how they work. I understand how they play. It's just it's not my system. It's not how I play. I'm way more comfortable managing these kind of positions than this slow grind to the upside. Yeah, that's not me. That's not me. I mean, guys, you must understand what works best for you. All right. And I'm speaking to all these traders that belong to any of the communities, that belong to any of the trading communities. If your coach's strategy doesn't fit your personality, don't do it exactly like him or like her, right? Try to tweak it to fit your skills, to fit your personality, to fit how you identify, how you play the chart, how you manage your emotions, how well you can accept risk, right? But make it yours, make it your strategy, make it your setup, make it your ticker, and don't blind following anyone. I watch my different Discord communities, and there's people taking options on like spacecraft companies, and I was like, wow. I mean, I've never heard about it. How well do you know this company? Oh, one of my coaches was talking about, like taking a leap or comments on that, and I was like, what? I mean, and how well do you know that that's ready? That ticker. How well do you know that it's actually going to the next key level? How well do you know how it moves? No, I don't. Well, brother, what are you doing there? Oh, I took a play on Hood. I took a play on Intel. I took a play on what they take yesterday? I don't remember. Like a new or not so played ticker, and I was like, SanDisk, SNDK. I mean, I'm not saying your coach doesn't know how to play it. I'm saying you don't have the experience, you don't have the data, you don't have, the setup that actually works well for this name. So, what we are doing here? What are we doing here? Are we gambling? Guys, go to Atlantic City, go to New Orleans, go to Las Vegas, and have fun there burning your money gambling. Gambling on the market, it's not only very frustrating, it also, like, I mean, it's in only a few minutes, right? I mean, at least when you go to Las Vegas, you can stay on the table for a long time, and you can actually get a drink and like talk to other people. But when you are trading, if you are gambling, it's over in a few minutes. It's over in a few minutes, and it's no fun at all. It's not fun at all. So find your setup, find the ticker that you want to marry, find your time window, and find the entry criteria checklist that works most of the times. Remember, in trading, everything works sometimes and nothing works all the time. All right. So you need to find out what actually works most of the times, have a good risk reward, feel confident about it, feel comfortable playing that setup and that name, and start doing only that. Focus on one thing. I just see people every day. Oh, I was looking for the break and retest of pre-market high or pre-market low. I was looking for a nice break and retest of previous day high or previous day low. I was looking for a break and retest of an order block or a fair value gap or a key level from 2 days ago. Or, guys, you are looking to too many different things. Find one or two things you want to focus, and believe me, I can sign that. You will start feeling your progress when you start focusing. All right, You don't need to watch 20 different things. And most of the times, traders want to see too many different things because they approach the market from scarcity. Guys, there are many opportunities every day, and a lot of traders, they want to watch 8 or 10 different charts on their screens because they don't want to miss that one opportunity. Guys, focus on one setup, focus on one name. I promise you there will be plenty opportunities for you in, really soon, or mostly daily. All right. Okay. So that was Uncle Neto talking to you. All right. So what happened today? I was watching a few different. I was watching a few different key levels for if you guys came here yesterday or just missed yesterday's session. Yesterday's session was I was in the middle of a trade and I was screen sharing everything. So we took this entry here, the fail of this resistance that used as support and then used again as resistance, market the structure to the downside, rejection of this 683.50. I took this trade. It was amazing. It hit all the targets that we set. You can actually go to yesterday's video, look for these targets here, and we hit them all. We hit them all. All right. So what I was watching today, I was watching several things. All right. First, 680. 680, it's a huge key level. It's a strike number, it's a round number, it's a whole number, it's a psych number. So 680, guys. When we reclaimed 680 this morning on the pre-market, I was like, oh, okay, well, I need to find out what are the next key levels where I will be looking for weakness. All right. Why? Because that's my play, right? I'm always looking to for this kind of plays, support turn into resistance and then the drop. So, okay, so I was looking to a few different key levels right here. So I was looking for 681.50. 681.50 has been an area that we have been watching for weeks. 681.50 around here. So we actually reclaimed this area. We created an order block here. We were expecting that, some sort of reaction on this area. So we actually broke it, came back, retested, and this is a very nice opportunity to take calls. All right. It's a great break and retest. Look at this. It's a great break and retest of this order block, previous high of the day. And what would you be looking here? Well, I will be looking for the round numbers. So for example, here, if you enter here, 682, I will be looking first for 683. That's pretty much high of the day. 683 was 1 to 2 risk reward. So this trade is something that I will take. Then once we break 683, what is next on store? Okay, 683.50. Look at this. Well, first you have this kind of rejection of 683.50. However, you were respecting really well this 682 key area. 682 level, look at this, 682 key level, one touch, two touches. It came back and actually reclaimed 684. All right, 684, look how strong it actually went on 684. So you are doing this, guys. So how do you manage your trades, Neto? Well, I'm always aware of the key levels. I'm always aware of the strike numbers. I'm always aware of the round numbers. And I'm watching for reaction here. If I see a strong reaction on the key level, I start locking in profits. If I see that this candle is actually breaking with a lot of strength, my key level right here, 684, well, I let it play. And I can take some on this push, right? So that's how you take profits, right? I mean, once you start hitting your target profits, and it's not, look at this, it's not discretionary here. Well, maybe the round numbers it is, but for example, right here, if you wanted to wait for previous day high, this was kind of the obvious play. Once you reclaim 680, and look at how strong you reclaim 681 and 682, well, I think that the most obvious play was a tag of previous day high. I was looking for continuation. You know what, guys? I wasn't sure about breaking this previous week low, and that's exactly what keeps me kind of bearish for the days. All right, I think there are a lot of sellers looking to capitalize all these late buyers. All right, so okay, so we tag, look at this, we tag previous day high, we tag this 685 key level, then we came back, and I'm not sure if Declan is right here. Yes, he's here. Look at this. We break this support area, and then we come here 684. All right, this area here 684. So we are testing this liquidity build around 684. All right, this 684. Let's say also it's this order block. Let's say this order block here. So you are testing this liquidity here, okay? So you come back, tag again previous day high. This is the previous support. Now it's turning to resistance. And then you are watching some sort of momentum to the downside, all right? And because we already tagged this 684 level, I think this liquidity is already depleted, and we are going to look for the next liquidity level. What was my next liquidity level? Well, right here, this area here, this previous pivot low, this retest of this order block here, this was my next area. So I took this drop and I didn't take a single contract until we came here. I took half my position here, and right here it was like 120% or more. I don't remember. That, like, half my position was above 100%. Then I was just waiting. What I was waiting for? Well, I was waiting for all these intraday key levels. For being honest, I was only waiting for these intraday key levels from today and from yesterday. So I took the pre-market levels from yesterday. That was the 5-minute opening range low for today. And that was, again, a quarter of my position. And I took the rest quarter in pieces around here. So for my last contracts, or for the contract that I got the most, it was 600%. But let me tell you something. One quarter of my position went above 400%. Something like here, like all this was above 400%. So yeah, I took one quarter of my position around here. So yeah, it was a great trade. All right, and I closed my position on this candle. I think it was actually this candle here, 1223. Well, that was my trade. Let me. I'm gonna take a read of your questions here. Sorry guys, I took a lot of time just talking. I'm gonna see all of your questions. Ryan Chastain, Neto, I took a similar trade but exited on the strong green candle, which took me to break even. Okay, this one here. There's that 600%. It's crazy. I know, it's crazy. And let me tell you something even crazier. I was on the chat with Luke and with Happy Trades of Charleston. Happy Trades is my friend Kevin. We were chatting while this trade, and it was crazy because we were like, oh well, did you look this rejection here? Did you look this? Well, I'm gonna enter right here. Let's see what happened. My next target is this and that and that. Something like live training, but it was not live training. We were just sharing ideas. He actually took something very similar to me, but he still needs to work on patience. But it was crazy because I was, like I felt like I was like like this sports um, commentary guy because I was like, oh well, my next key level is this. Oh, did you see how strong this candle was? Oh my god, this weakness. I'm looking for more rejections on this part. So I was kind of like commenting, and that's because you guys have been asking me to live training. It's not happening soon, but be sure that I'm already taking some steps on that direction. All right, so I'm talking to a few of my friends, a few traders here. Like practicing what to say if my charts are actually clear, if my key levels are something valuable for others. So it's a start. All right, I'm not promising anything, but it's a start, and we are walking on that direction, right? Is it you sold at the 683 mark? 683 mark. You chicken out, brother. You chicken out. Declan, I was a bit too aggressive today. I went short 1013. 1013. 1013. 1013 here. Um, 1013 here. This one here? Why? No, not sure. Well, you just said that you were too aggressive. Yeah, this was a really nice break and retest of high of the day. This order block here. I don't. I mean, I can see this is 1013. I can see this candle was like tagging this pivot low. But yeah, well, I mean, I don't remember this candle by itself. I don't remember this candle. But probably was like red most of the time, and suddenly at the end just went higher, right? um I enter as price broke the low of 1012 retesting, and okay, when we want price to sweep liquidity, does that need to happen at the 15-minute kilo? No, it could be at the 1 minute. You just need to, I mean, and remember, Declan, I mean, this doesn't work like all the time, right? I mean, usually this is what we want to see here. But and you were preparing, I mean, you were preparing a nice play. You were preparing a nice play. If these candles here, if these two candles here, 1013 and 1014, they were actually like moving lower, they were actually moving lower. And take a look to this. I mean, if you were doing something like this, well, let me take this out. You were trying something like this, right? Oh, something like this. You said on the break of the previous candle, so maybe you had something like this. So look at this. If these two candles, 1013 and 1014, actually were moving to the downside, can you see how this action here it's the same thing than here? This is your second opportunity on the exact same setup, the same reaction on the same key levels. It just happened like 2 hours later, right? But that I mean, I understand what you were trying to do there. I really understand what you were trying to do there. It just, do you remember when I say I pay for clarity? Well, clarity means one or two candles moving on that direction. All right, moving on that direction. And I think I can tell you, like here with this example of my own trade, I took this first candle red, second candle moving on the same direction, third candle actually moving on the same direction, and also kind of breaking out from this pivot low, right? So yeah, you had a very good idea. It just didn't work. Bishan, I entered 952. It worked. It worked well, but later 952, 952 here. This one here. So you were trying a breakout. 9:52 Eastern. Well, Bishan, if you can, like explain a little bit more, it will be great. Roberto, I see your 5 minute and 1 minute range break levels. Do you not like the 15 minute? I do like all the levels, brother. I mean, it's just like this tool that I have here. Guys, if you want this tool that I have on my chart, just go to the video description or to the channel description and you will find out a link. This tool was developed by a trader of this community. So it's very much thought and created for what we do here. So it has all these different intraday key levels, and there are. It's a combo, so it has more things. I don't show you all the things here, but it has like an A plus entry criteria checklist. It has a tool for showing you the relative strength, the relative weakness. It has different things. It's really great. I strongly recommend you take a look. It's a monthly subscription, so you can try it for a month or two. It's under $10 per month. So yeah, it's super affordable and it's super useful. And if you don't like it, you just cancel. But you're gonna love it. Hui facts, yes. Fulvio. Break retest boom. Roberto, I love what you are saying right now. Thank you, brother. Bits and pieces. I enter puts at 11:22. 11:22. Look at this. It was almost my trade. It was almost my trade. Stop out because I placed the stop loss a couple candle 11:19. Come on. You were stop out with this candle here. You miss all this, brother. CL Sandisk, yeah. Hey Neto, I went long on the 950 candle and closed on the 1003. 950 candle here. Lilia, you are trading breakouts, Lilia. Why? And close on the 1003. 1003. That was a great trade, Lilia. But two things. You are trading again breakouts, or you are super chasing this trade, right? But no, that you are trading breakouts. You will tell me, no, Neto, this is an immediate retest. Nah, it's not an immediate retest. You are trading breakouts. And that's fine if that's your thing, all right? But the second thing that I want to tell you is this one here. If your plan was just to jump out and close your position once you get to this key level here around 683, well, it's not even 683, but something like that, that's okay. But market structure was saying hold for longer, right? And you miss all this move because you closed it here. So if that was your plan, that's a win on my books. All right, that's a win on my books. But if that wasn't your plan, I want you to start asking yourself, why I need to close my position here? Is it because of fear? It's because the actual chart it's saying to me, manage your position. All right, I don't want your emotions taking the decisions. I want your decisions to be taken based on data, based on your system, based on your chart. All right, Lilia. Bishan, I enter put 1127, something like here. That was a great trade, brother. I mean, you were rejected. You were taking this rejection of this previous pivot low. That was great. Declan, Neto, coming into the open, you said you were looking for a rejection of 680. Yes. When price broke above that and held, were you just waiting for price to hit 685? No, I was looking for strong rejections of key levels. Like you can see here, 681.50 was one of my key levels here. Then this area here from yesterday, this 683 area, that's another area that I was looking at. So let's say, for example, let's say this will be something that I might take. Something like this. Can you see here? It's rejecting 683. It's failing to create new highs. It's actually going lower. However, it's not touching any support. I don't know, like it's not it hasn't it hasn't made a liquidity grab here, a liquidity sweep here. So, but can you see here? I mean, this was kind of a head and shoulders. So maybe this reaction right here, that will be something. It's not an A plus setup for me. Like it's not like an A plus setup for the break retest boom. But I might understand if someone took a trade here. So yeah, so after this key level here, looking at this reaction, it never it actually didn't work. So I was just looking for this thing. It's failing to create new highs. This support turn into resistance and drop. All right, and for example, right here, Declan, right here, you already did this liquidity sweep. All right, you already had this liquidity sweep. So with this second retest of this area here, that I was like very with a lot of conviction of this setup to actually work. Dave, I'm still struggling to find my strategy, and it hurts taking losses when there are monster moves that I totally miss. Well, but you didn't miss anything, Dave, because that wasn't part of your plan. That wasn't part of your setup. So you don't want to take any move on the chart. You don't want to take any move on the market. You need to specialize. You need to focus, laser focus on one name, one setup. If focus on one name, one setup, you start missing trades, well, now we start being concerned. But right now, you didn't miss anything because this was not part of your plan. This was not part of your strategy. This was not part of your setups. So, brother, you didn't miss anything today. What I will do is, instead of taking more losses, figuring out what works for me, go back to paper trading. There's no shame on paper trading. We all learn that way. Find what actually works, and when you find something that works for you, start live testing that. Not with a huge account. Use 3 contracts. Use 2 contracts until you start finding yourself comfortable taking that setup and executing it live. But why are you wasting your money trying to figure out that system that you have never tested? Go back to paper trade. Or if you don't like paper trade, I mean, take the trades in your notebook. Open your option chain and say like, oh, okay, well, this is a setup that I like, and you write it up. Okay, so 1017 candle, I like this. Okay, what was the price right here? Okay, it was like $1.10. Okay, I will be buying 10 contracts. Okay, and you write it down. Okay, well, it's actually hitting my first target. Okay, well, I was selling half my position right here, 5 contracts, 135. I don't know, like, so you take your trades on your notebook. That way, you are training your skills. You are actually, like, you are sharpening your axe. It's not a waste of time. It's not a waste of your effort. That's how you train yourself without risking real money, because there's no need to risk real money, hard-earned money, trying to figure out something. Go back to paper trade. Go or just size down the must. All right. Use only 2 or 3 contracts until you find yourself comfortable taking the same setup every time. All right. But for real, brother, for real, There's no shame on paper trade. We all learn that way. We all learn that way. And let me tell you something. You don't know how much of a regret I have of not spending more time paper trading when I started. It will be a different story for me, right? Hi Neto, what do you think SPY put 1132 and 3? 1132 and 3. I think it was good. It was good. A little bit of chasing here, a little bit of chasing here. However, my first target was here. So even if you took it something like here, that was a hell of risk, right? But if you were comfortable taking that kind of risk, or maybe like moving your stop loss to here, that would be a nice trade. My opinion, you were kind of chasing a bit, but I mean, if you missed this entry here, that this was really good, right? Because you are still rejecting this 684.50. You are still under all these key levels here, or all these intraday levels, and you are actually with the market structure to the downside. So right here, it's a lower high. So what are you expecting here? A lower low. So that was a good trade. That was a good trade, brother. Fulvio Neto, I will try it. Focus on one. I need it. Yes, sir. Do it. Do it. Do that. Give me 1 second here. Nina, excited for your move. Thank you, Nina. Rahu, I remember AMD plays. I remember from last year, actually. Yeah, like first half of last year, first half of 2025, it was a crazy year. It was a crazy period. But 2024, it was amazing. It was amazing. I made so much money playing AMD to the downside. It was amazing. Yeah, yeah. I also remember. Rahul, where community we met? Wolves, right? Yeah, 2024 was crazy for AMD to the downside. That's it. Yeah, hey guys, show some love. While I'm reading your questions, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel, please. Vanessa Neto, could you explain what a strike number is? Yes. For example, on SPY and QQQ, every whole number it's the strike, right? So, for example, today I took 683 puts. That's why I mean the strikes are 683, 682, 681, and all that. But for other tickers, there's the strike numbers are different. For example, I don't know, like Tesla. Where's Tesla now? 425. All right. So for example, Tesla, the strike numbers right now it's 425, then 427.50, then 430, then 432.50. So it's every 2.5 numbers. And I think that happens with most of the tech names. Well, for example, Nvidia, it's the whole number. The strike number is the whole number. So if you are, I don't know, like right now it's around 180. Yeah. So the strike numbers for Nvidia it's 180, 181, 182, 179, 178. So that's the strike number. Uh, Anika, you took two trades on QQQ, brother. I'm not watching QQQ today. I didn't prepare. I'm sorry. Uh, Look, is that a real wick? Yes, it is. In my Weeble, it shows different, but it's still a huge candle wick to the upside. Alex, you are with IBKR, right, Alex? Well, I don't know. Like I have it here on TradingView, and I also have it on Webull. So I don't know. I think it's real. It just I don't know how real or what was the actual size of that candle. I was in this trade, and my contract's price didn't move a dime. What's that? Guys, I don't know what is that noise. Uh, it started yesterday. I don't know if it's Twitter, WhatsApp. No, it's not. It's not WhatsApp. Well, I don't know. Is it is it Discord? Ah, I found it. I found it. No, forget about it. I find out what's that noise. 11. I enter a little earlier for the short. What chat? Nah, I was sending them private messages. And at least with Luke and with Kevin. Kevin is one of it's a member of my coaching program, so I have a private Discord with him. It's kind of like a private chat. Aniket, isn't that 10-11 retest on SPY first failed to create a new high? 10-11. Well, yeah, maybe not 10-11, but yes, 10-13, 10-14. That we already talked about this. Bets boy, I see you had, yeah, thank you, Bets boy. Is this the highest gain? I don't know. I think it is. I think it is. I actually need to check it out. But for sure, it's top 3. For sure, it's top 3. And this has been my best day of the year. And actually, my best day of a few months ago. Dennis, Neto, I took SPY puts 11.22, 11.22. That was great. Yes, your stop loss was very tight here. Also, and this is personal preference. This is personal preference, Dennis, and this is one of the reasons I tell you need to find out what works for you. I don't have a hard stop loss. I don't have a hard stop loss. I have a mental stop loss, and I usually wait for the candle to close above my invalidation level. This is usually between 20 and 25% on my contracts. But again, that's something that you need to figure out with your setups, right? Neto, when you pay for clarity, I think that needs to be a t-shirt, right? Paying for clarity. When you pay for clarity, you need at least one candle to close red before enter. Yes, absolutely. Or forget about the colors. I need a candle telling me that I'm right with my thesis. Even if it's a green candle, but like rejecting the key level that I was looking at. All right. Lilia, you're very welcome. California. Neto, why did you not take the puts on the candle 1107 or 1107 here? Because of this. I needed. This is actually something that I just explained today, and I explained a few days ago, California, about liquidity. This was my liquidity sweep. All right. For me, this was my liquidity sweep. So now, if it came higher and kept rejecting this support turned into resistance, now it was some sort of conviction for me. All right. Now it was some sort of conviction for me. But I needed to take, like to actually tap on into this liquidity build here to show me that the weakness was real. Were you concerned with the strength 684 was? Yes, I was a bit concerned. Well, not a bit. I mean, I was aware and I was willing to take the risk. Ravi, would you have considered to enter 1132? Yeah, I mean that's a very good candle. That's a very good candle. Lower high, you were looking for the lower low. Yeah, that was a great candle to enter. A little bit of chasing for me because I was like more convinced on these rejections higher. But yeah, I mean at the end, price came back, tried, and then dropped. So yeah, that's a nice entry. Ready relief. I sometimes will put it in bar replay mode and do some paper trading in the evening. Yeah, that's great. That's one way to train your eyes. Dave, most definitely these losses are adding up. Thank you, Neto. You're very welcome. Keiko, Keik, Keikok. When you have P mindset and when you switch to C mindset, puts and calls, I don't. My edge is in taking puts on these pullbacks or like intraday corrections. You're very welcome, Vanessa. Smoke alarm. No, the noise. No. I just find out that I have a website open and there's like a link from the support guys. Hi Net, is there a way to set up your take profit and stop loss and regulate and manage it on the trading view? Mm, I think there's no broker that actually connects your options trader station with trading view. But that's what I know. I do have Schwab for my long-term portfolio, and I know you can connect Schwab to TradingView for stock trading, but I don't know for options. I don't use it for options. Bits and pieces. How much the coaching program? Well, I do have different programs. I have the coaching program and I have the mentoring program. Please go to my website, tradingperformancecoach.com, and there's a form to fill. I reply to the emails personally. So yeah, guys, if you ever want to be in touch with me, just shoot me an email or just send me a message from the website. Personally, I reply to every email. Ask other people. Ask other people. It's it for real. I do it. I do it myself. Mehari, Neto, where do you last close out and why? That's a very good question. I close out on this candle here, 1223, because I was expecting like a change of character here. I was expecting a change of character here, and it's actually kind of the start of the change of character here. As you can see here, this was a higher high than this high, and this is a higher low, so it kind of consolidated a bit here, but this was the change of character. So I closed my position right here, my runners right here, 1223. Declan, so paying for clarity is waiting for a red wick green candle upper wick, then waiting for yes, that's exactly definition of that. Bishan, I felt option trading as gambling until I find your put strategy. Thank you, brother. I'm glad you find it useful. Declan, thanks for all the info. These sessions the past 2 weeks have been great. You're very welcome. Look, I don't know how she does it. I read about it, but I didn't ask her. Let's try to get some answers from her. An above question for trading option in TradingView. I have IBKR and do option selling directly from TradingView. Bishan, if you can explain a bit, or you just can like kind of screen record a few seconds of how you execute, that will be extremely useful for the community. That will be very, very, very nice. Okay, guys. Well, I wasn't prepared, and we still got 1 hour of session. Thank you very much for joining. Remember, press the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We are very close to the 1,300 subscribers. That's really nice, because this is a very active community. I interact with a lot of you. I receive a lot of emails. Everyone who has shared a comment on the videos or the channel, you always receive something from me. So I reply to most of you. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your congratulations. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.